Yo, how are we doing, everybody? So today I'm doing a guide on the boss fight versus D-Vergr. So if you want to fight this guy, you'll have to pick up the quest 83, Let Your Light Shine. You can pick this up in Holograd. There's an old man near the front of the town that will give it to you. I believe you need to be in chapter 5 to be able to pick it up. But yeah, this is not too crazy. Just have to head into this volcano and fight a bunch of bats. So the bats that this guy has fighting alongside him, they'll be using the ability Irritant, which will make your turns be waylaid, so you have to wait even longer to take your attacks. So with the Arcanist here, I'm going to be using Blizzaga twice, so that I can actually knock them out. Because yeah, they just have to go. You have to get rid of those bats immediately. Because the Arcanist likes to attack his own teammates, I have a lot of ice resistant gear on, which will keep me nice and safe. I also have the Mortarboard hat. That hat is very integral to this fight, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, do be careful using daggers, axes, fire, earth, dark magic, all of that stuff. He is either resistant to or can absorb that and be healed from it, which is the main reason why I am using the Blizzard in the first place, because I'm able to hit both enemies and they don't resist it. But yeah, this guy, he counters a lot. He counters magical attacks, physical attacks, and he doesn't care for buffs. But yeah, if you're doing physical attacks or buffs, those are fine. You just need to be immune to confusion. The Befuddle ability, all it does is confuse. So if you're wearing that Mortarboard hat, you don't have to worry about the confusion. And the little bats, they also like to try to charm. So that hat also gives you immunity to charm. So with one hat, you can be immune to 2 status effects, which is really, really nice. But yeah, my main strat going into this fight is mostly focusing with Adele. I do also suggest, like, if you have the Saffron Robes, I believe, that will protect you a little bit from dark magic. You'll get some resistance to that. Seth, unfortunately, I don't have the Saffron Robes on him, so he's going to take a little bit of damage there. But yeah, I'm focusing on Adele. She is a ranger. She has Barrage, which basically means every time that she attacks, multiple times in a row using Brave, she will be able to deal more and more damage. I also have abilities like Counter or Critical Amp, which makes it so I deal even more damage when I'm doing my critical hits. Like, these criticals are doing 30% more damage. I also have the Boudair's Win, so I have a higher chance of getting critical hits as long as my BP is above 1. And I also have the increased BP limit, so Adele's BP can go all the way up to 4, making it easier for her to attack as much as possible. I tried just using the basic ranger abilities, but I find that they actually deal even less damage than the pressure points, as pressure point is able to go through an enemy's defenses. So this enemy definitely pretty bulky, so I decided to be more physical. I have my White Mage subbing Bard that allows me to use the Hurt So Bad, increase my physical attack damage, and yeah, I'm dealing about like 8k pretty consistently onto the boss. Again, with Elvis here, I have him as my Arcanist just to clear out these bats, and I don't mind going into the red. Whereas with Adele, I'm trying to keep her at least 1 BP. Elvis, it doesn't matter. If he can take a turn, he has to knock out the bats. The bats have to go. They just deal too much damage. The boss himself, when he's using the end, that is very, very damaging. Another reason why you might want to have some dark resistance on your people. But again, at this point in the game, it shouldn't be too much you have to really worry about. It's more just the cackle. The cackle is something that the boss will just throw out, and also is his counter for magical attacks. It's going to reduce your magical attack, and it's going to reduce your magical defense. So if you're magically based, if you're trying to use a bunch of Arcanists, Black Mages, Red Mages, then you're not going to be able to deal too much damage, because he will continually nerf you. And yeah, right there, even if you knock out enemies, the boss will continually respawn them. So having AE attacks is pretty useful. You could just use the Ranger Zone multi-target attacks, but yeah, Arcanist really does get the job done pretty easy. And yeah, that's pretty much the fight. There's not too much going on as long as you know how to deal with those few statuses. And yeah, that's going to be me for this guide. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments down below. And make sure to hit subscribe if you're interested in Bravely Default 2 content, as I'll be doing a lot of that. But either way, that's going to be me. Peace!